Hello and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Leo for the mid-March time period. I hope all my Leo friends are doing great. I hope the month of March is going really well for you. Please remember this is a general reading. There will be some parts that do not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do and leave the rest behind. You may also want to check out your other signs as well. I've already meditated on the cards. I've already shuffled the cards, and this is a spread that I have for you today, dear Leo. In the past position, we do have the Four of Swords, clarified by the Seven of Swords. In the obstacle position, we have the Ace of Wands, clarified by the King of Wands. In the present position, we have the Seven of Cups, clarified by Death. And in the future outcome position, we do have the Star, clarified by the Hermit. Really quite a wonderful reading. A lot of meaning, Leo, is in this reading. I do apologize if you're hearing my cat in the background. In the past position, we do have the Four of Swords, which is a card of rest, relaxation, rejuvenation. Also means a lot of healing that has taken place in the past position. It's interesting that the Four of Swords is clarified with the Seven of Swords, because the Seven of Swords is all about conflict and deception and people using words like swords, very hurtful kind of words were spoken in the past. But it looks like the difficult part is over because we have both of these sword cards in the past position. The swords are a suit of challenges, so when you see them in your reading, usually they mean that there's going to be a little bit of a difficulty or that someone is perhaps speaking negatively about you. And we see that that has happened here in the past for you, Leo, but it looks like that has been resolved. Whatever deception may have been going on, whatever conflict may have been going on, it is in the past. It has been resolved. However, there is a little bit of a warning here from the divine that sometimes we tend to be untruthful with ourselves. We tend to minimize our own weaknesses and over increase our own strengths. So it's important to remember that sometimes, especially in the past when we were deceptive with ourselves, we didn't really progress. We didn't really move in the right direction and achieve our goals. We found ourselves repeating those patterns that no longer work. And here's what the divine is telling you basically with the Four of Swords and the Seven of Swords is that old pattern that no longer worked in the past, you have been able to resolve it and you're moving past it. And you're moving past it with a lot of wisdom and experience and skills, which are kind of, continuing to serve you every day. Now, in the obstacle position, we have the Ace of Wands, clarified by the King of Wands. Both of these cards are wand energy. And of course, we know that wands are represented by fire, and fire moves in unpredictable ways, which of course is basically being impulsive. Make sure that you watch your impulses throughout the month of March, especially towards the end of March as well, because there will be some changes and wishes coming true for you, Leo. So it's important to kind of be careful about how you are perceived. But the Ace of Wands in the obstacle position suggests that you may not know how to apply your energy. You may feel like you don't have enough creativity, or you're not sure which direction to move towards, or how to approach something or a relationship. Perhaps you're running into lack of progress in something. Definitely it's important to just allow things to play out, allow things, kind of let go and allow universe to take care sometimes of things that we need taken care of. But the Ace of Wands in the obstacle position may also mean that you are lacking in motivation. That is kind of taking over, and maybe as a result you have a little bit of anxiety and a little bit of worry. Interestingly, the King of Wands here in the clarifying position suggests that someone around you, or perhaps it's your vibration as well, kind of thinks like they're always right and are a little bit too sure of themselves. And to them, to the King of Wands, it's really important to be noticed. He craves that attention. Sometimes, even kind of when attention is negative, he still sort of craves it because he wants to be noticed, because there's so much value that is assigned to being sort of liked by a lot of people. And an important lesson here to remember is, if you want power, you must, let it go, and then you'll have all the power that you can possibly want. If you want attention, you must let it go, because then you'll be able to have all the attention that you want. There's that kind of contrasting philosophy, but the divine here reminds you that you may be wanting to focus on the spiritual aspect of things, focus on how you feel on the inside, listen to your inner voice, develop that intuition in order to allow yourself to progress naturally in the direction you're supposed to be moving towards. Because of course we all remember that what is yours cannot be taken away from you. What is given you by the universe, what is given you by your destiny, cannot be changed. So it's important to stop doubting. Sometimes we have these intrusive thoughts, sometimes we tend to ruminate, allow kind of thoughts in our mind to just spread without control, that really don't have anything to do with reality. And it's interesting that you have the Seven of Cups here paired with the Death card in the present position, because the wish that you so want to manifest is coming true. The choices and all these possibilities that you have in front of you are being clarified by death, meaning that all those choices are coming to an end. You're naturally going to pursue one choice and be very successful at it, because we have the Star in the future outcome position suggesting that your wish is going to come true. Definitely the Seven of Cups clarified by death means it's a really good combination, and it means that you're making the impossible possible, that you are pursuing what you always wanted, and that is what is coming true for you, because we have the Star card in the future outcome position. It's interesting that the Hermit is in the clarifying position, suggesting that you're not going to take your wish coming true for granted. You're going to build on it. You're going to really take advantage of it. You're going to move forward even and closer to realizing your potential. And the Star card is also a reminder that to someone you are everything. You are the star. So that's always a nice thing. But the Hermit in the clarifying position only suggests that you're going to have maybe a few days to yourself where you're going to really reevaluate some of the priorities that mean so much to you, and kind of see how you can readjust the path you're moving down, so that you can get closer to your goal. Let's see what energy oracle cards I pulled, and we have Fifth Chakra Archangel Gabriel, Yin Yang, and anxiety. Definitely there's going to be a little bit of anxiety around the middle of the month for you, Leo. But the divine here reminds you that you want to focus on that balance. You want to make sure that you do, mental activity, but you also want to make sure that you do physical activity. You want to make sure that you do serious, things, but also have fun and, enjoy yourself doing something. That balance is very important to also remember that each and every one of us has the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and so it's important to make sure you're not kind of controlling one side too much. And of course, Fifth Chakra Archangel Gabriel is all about self-expression and speaking your truth. The last obstacle, if you will, that you need to overcome is speaking your truth, being very vocal about how you feel, because the month of March is the time to take action. This is the time to speak up. If you have something to say, you must say it in the month of March, because then it will be more powerfully heard, and as a result you will be able to create much more of an impact. Make sure that you do remember to watch the anxiety, because when you have too much anxiety, it affects your vibration, and when your vibration is affected, you are unable to manifest things as powerfully as you would like to. So the divine here is kind of giving you a warning that you want to figure out a solution, that you want to kind of put or resolve that most kind of difficult thought, the thought that kind of scares you the most. It would be a good idea to address it in order to minimize the worry about it. Let's see what answers from angels I pulled, and we have abundance, meditation brings answers, and look for a sign. Wow. Definitely. I mean, with the star card, that's wishes coming true, abundance of what is important to you. It could be sometimes you receive abundance of attention from a friend that you always wanted to receive attention from, or it could be that you're receiving abundance in the form of a promotion. It could be that you're receiving abundance from a lover that is giving you kind of more attention and therefore making you feel more secure. But definitely keep an eye out for that in the month of March, and meditate. It's important to observe your thoughts to make sure that you have more positive thoughts rather than negative thoughts. The more positive thoughts you have, the better the reality around you becomes. And look for a sign. It's important to pay attention to sometimes numbers. If you see like 111, it could mean one thing, whereas 333 could mean a completely different thing. Look for signs when you see animals. That's the divine kind of sending you these little roadmap that could guide you and towards the completion of your goal, and towards what it is that you want to accomplish. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Leo. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel, and I will see you next time.